You know, in today's world, you really got people out there think they know everything about you. They know your life better than you know your own life. Hmm. They tell you what you can't do, where you haven't been. You know, they will make up their own story about you like they was there. You know, I look at them people be like, if you only knew, you know, if you only lived in my shoes. Can nobody live in your shoes? Only you can live in your shoes. Only you know what you've been through in life. You know, you have people will meet you in the chapter of your life for today. You know, that's like reading a book. You will never know the whole story, not unless you got to the start from the beginning and work yourself to the end. Then you know the whole story, you know. But growing up as a child, oh yeah, they know the beginning of your story because they was there. But after your childhood is over and you done got turned into a teenager, you done moved here, there, you done growed up, you know, done got married, okay, then that's another chapter. You done went from one chapter to another chapter to another chapter to another chapter. So when people meet you in this chapter, they just know this chapter. You will never know a whole person's story because they're not going to tell you everything. So people, don't think you know everything about a person because you jumped into that chapter. You know, some people is so stuck on stupid. Just plain stuck on stupid. You know, but be careful how you judge people. Talk about people. Belittle people. Oh, they don't know what I'm talking about. You know, they kind of slow over there. You know, they don't understand what you're talking about. You know, they kind of, dumb type of people is very dangerous. You know, because some people will come back to you years down the line, be like, some people, you know how it go. They come to you, be like, you dumbfounded up there. And all said and done, you know what's up. You know how they talked about you. You know, but you sit back and be like, hmm. You let them go through their process, and then sooner or later, pow, you snap. Now you crazy because you snap. You know, some people can take but so much out of life, okay? And you know all about that. Facts. Peace and hair grease. Bye. Bye.